So the latest lie now they lied and said that they never told you it was going to stop the virus. They never said that the vaccine would stop the virus. They never said the vaccine would end the pandemic. They said that forever. And if you said the opposite, you got your channel demonetized and you got called an anti-vaxxer on Wikipedia. So now, and I just showed you the video where they all said that. Now, here's the new thing. Everybody's saying no one was ever forced to take the vaccine. Have you heard that? No one was ever forced to take the vaccine. Well, here we go. This is, again, from Australia. Fantastic. They're getting to question these Pfizer criminals. And watch this.
You actually made a comment that no one was forced to have the vaccination. You must have been fully aware that people, nurses, doctors, people to have their jobs, to keep their jobs, were forced to have the vaccination. Now, do you retract your statement that they were not forced?
Senator, no, I believe firmly that nobody was forced to have a vaccine.
So now we know, we've reported this on the show, 70,000 healthcare workers alone. 70,000 healthcare workers alone in New York State lost their jobs. 70,000. And when healthcare workers won't take a vaccine, isn't that like the kitchen help won't eat the food? And 70,000 of them lost their job. Now watch this.
Get the jab or risk losing your job. That's the ultimatum facing hundreds of thousands of essential workers tonight.
I believe everybody was offered an opportunity to get a vaccine or not get a vaccine. I don't believe that anybody was forced to take a vaccine.
Coercion is not consent, but that won't matter for authorised workers if they want to keep their job.
Well, then they won't be going to work.
Nobody was forced to have a vaccine.
If you make the judgment to not get vaccinated and you reckon you can wait out us or the publican or whoever you want to think you're waiting out.
Nobody was forced to have a vaccine.
Life will become very difficult for the unvaccinated from January 31.
Nobody was forced to have a vaccine.
No gym, no yoga classes. No gigs, no dance floors. No hospital or aged care visits.
Nobody was forced to have a vaccine.
Message snuffed out at Moonee Ponds, Knox and Mordialloc by police.
I'm not taking lectures on freedom.
Nobody was forced to have a vaccine.
If an employer allows an unvaccinated staff member on site, they can be fined more than $21,000 and the business will be hit with almost a $110,000 fine. Workers who falsely claim they've had the jab will wear a $10,000 fine.
Nobody was forced to have a vaccine.
About some people not wanting to take vaccines.
Nobody was forced to have a vaccine.
If you think you can not have a vaccine just because you don't want to have a vaccine.
Nobody was forced to have a vaccine.
What a hide you have. What a ridiculous position is that?
Nobody was forced to have a vaccine.
Don't play that game of let's just wait them out and then we'll be able to do everything we want to do and have not got jabbed. No, that will not be the case here.
Nobody was forced to have a vaccine.
It's a little bit controversial, the mandate, because...
So here's the president of Pfizer talking about how he mandated a vaccine at his own company. Watch this. He said it was very controversial because some people,
they feel they react even stronger to the mandate. But also, on the other hand, it works.
Nobody was forced to have a vaccine.
That they put a mandate.
They put a mandate.
Mandate, if you don't get vaccinated and you're above 60 years old, €100 per month penalty.
A fine.
It's a fine.
Nobody was forced to have a vaccine.
Because they work. I've seen it. Even at Pfizer, we had to make a mandate for vascular people. And although we were at 90%, but this 90 was not moving. And it moved to 97%.
You got it up to what?
97. Vaccinated. So it's a very big deal.
So there's those two clowns from Pfizer answering questions to politicians in Australia saying that nobody was ever mandated. Here's the president of their own company saying that they had a mandate at their own company. These people are criminal liars. I just can't. And so this is the latest lie now. The latest lie is no one was ever for. The first lie was the vaccine would stop the transmission and it would stop the pandemic. The second lie was we never said the vaccine would stop the transmission and stop the pandemic. And now the third lie is that, we never mandated it. We never made it that everybody could have a choice to take the vaccine. We never made anybody take it. And people repeat this and believe it. I don't know I hope there's a question in there for you somewhere, Bret.
Yeah. Well, I think I know how it is that they are telling this lie. What they mean is no one was physically forced. They were obviously coerced, threatened, unemployed if they didn't follow through. We've seen it here in the state of Washington. Our ferry system is a mess because the governor fired the unvaccinated ferry workers and never rehired them. And so here's the important point, though. We're out here dicking around over minutia interpretations, groups of video clips that tell a clear story. This was all sorted out at Nuremberg. The fact is, informed consent was codified by the Nuremberg court because the Nazi doctors violated a principle that, even though it had not been spelled out, the court believed every doctor should understand, which is that not only does a patient have a right to refuse any experimental treatment, but they have a right to full information about what that treatment is. And the fact is, we were not well informed, we were lied to, and consent was coerced. That is a double violation of the Nuremberg Code. This is something over which 7 doctors were literally hanged until dead. That's how important this principle is, and we are pretending that it never happened. This was an obvious violation, and we ought to remember that.
I appreciate you saying that. Thank you for saying that. Yes, it was a double violation of the Nuremberg Code. So I just have to, again, once let you know that, of course, they were safe and effective, and that even the Robert Malone, when he came on my show, said that he took the COVID-19 vaccine. So that would directly contradict what you're saying. And the FDA and the CDC, which are completely reputable and reliable, say that it's super safe and effective. Come see our live shows. We're going to be in Chicago, Rosemont, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, New York City, Pottstown, Pennsylvania, Stamford, Toronto, Toledo, Detroit, St. Louis, and more. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for those tickets.